Okay, I'm gonna click on that, edit, copy, go to my, go to, don't go away. Thank you. Stay right there. If you go away, I'm gonna be really upset. Paste the map. Go.
All right, good morning.
Good
Good to see all of you today and gather us up. The only one that is not with us is Eric, and he is off at camp. Where's he?
Anthony.
Oh, Anthony. Yes, I don't, what am I, yes. What am I gonna do without you, Brother Philip? Somebody else will have to pick up the slack on that one. And keep me honest. Yes, you are correct. You are the one that really knows. That is absolutely true. And Wendy's going to join us today, I think, via Google Hangouts. So she'll be with us for the morning and hanging with us. And it's not a question mark as to who's doing meditation. It really is John. It really is John that's doing that. Anthony should be here, so I don't know any reason why he should not. So we'll just fetch him in, right? Let's just fetch him in, right?
Test.
You know what? Maybe I should just try to call her. Want me to try to call her?
Yeah, I sent her the link on the email, via email, so she should be able to. And I sent her an invite.
She was gonna, if this didn't work at home, she was headed to the library. Hey, Wendy. We are just about ready to start. I think Gil sent you an invite.
And the link on an email. And a link via email.
He sent you a link via email.
And the invite.
And the invite for a phone. Okay, you got it.
The latter part I do not know. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Bye.
I don't know what you're asking me via phone.
She said, did you send it via phone or through email? Okay.
Both.
So do email's fine. Give her just a second to see if she shows up here in a second. I would turn it up maybe a little bit.
I have.
Yeah. Cool. Good. There she is.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Can you hear it? Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. All right, great.
All right, John. I'll bring you over here.
Hi, Wendy. Very briefly, this is something I invented. Whether it'll work or not, I have no idea. It's called stream of consciousness. I'm an old beat writer aficionado. What we're going to do is first we're going to close our eyes. I'm going to read a list of random words. Try as hard as you can initially when you close your eyes to empty your mind. Try not to dwell on each word too long. We'll go through all of them, and then we'll have a 2-minute quiet time. Okay? So maybe take one really huge breath and hold it. And then exhale. And then eyes closed. Opportunity. Ponder and mull over. Decision. Start. Curiosity. Meet and greet. Tentative. Guarded. Vulnerable. Opening. Gain trust. Maybe. Sad. Mad. Hopeless. Floundering. Emotion. A step. Inclusion. Listen. Dig. Talk. Reflect. Brain work. Community. Laugh. Cry. Feed. Doubt. Wisdom. Lose. Gain. Levels. Spirals. Commiserate. Celebrate. Walking. gratitude, journey, forward, infinity. Okay. What this came out of was at the last minute, I agreed to do the meditation today, and I saw some really cool poems, and I was some other writers and stuff, and then it made me really reflect back on the year and my experience having a spiritual companion and trying to become a spiritual companion. And so I tried to clear my mind. I meditated for a little bit longer than that, but I tried to clear my mind and then picked one word, and then it kind of snowballed off of that. So for me, these words are things that I have felt, thought, and I have a copy of them if you want them. But I think for all of us, this would be a good exercise to do on your own. And the idea is to try not to get too hung up on one. Now, some of you, hopefully these all go in and sink in somewhere, and maybe they'll bring something up for you. But the idea is to not center in on one particular thought. So I don't know if you were successful in being able to do that or not, or if you think this was an absolute waste of time, whatever. But for me, it brought up a lot of stuff. Just and I would like to just say a couple things before we get going, just because most of my life, my adult life, I had no friends, none. Most of my own doing. I don't believe in the idea of a literal hell. I think we can create our own on this earth, and I had a room that had my name on it for a long time, most of it self-inflicted. And I think you know me well enough to know I'm not a big institution guy. But in spite of that, I will say the church has brought me opportunities and chances to meet people and be involved in groups of people that I never dreamed of. I have real friends today. I have groups that are filled with intelligent, loving, caring people that share their lives and experience and hope. And it's incredible to me that I can be part of something like this. And I want to thank so much all of you. You know, love your neighbor. If the world, if you're my neighbors, then that's a piece of cake. No struggle there at all. And growing up the youngest of 3 boys, I never had a sister, so I've forced Kathy, and you have to agree, of course, into adopting me as her younger brother. And this is already my brother. And well, I'm going to end with a quote that could only come from Gil. And that is, you guys are fucking awesome.
So we're welcoming Anthony in. Good morning, Anthony. I'm glad you're here. Whoa. But you're here and you're safe. So that's what counts. All right, let's kind of close the meditation here. All right, we're going to continue in the rhythm of our Wisdom's Way school, and we are closing the trust circle. I put a fancy little poster I got made up to remind us of our trust circle practices, about confidentiality, about listening with intention, with compassion and curiosity, withholding judgment, speaking with intention, contributing with what is relevant and has heart and meaning to the topic and the situation. Ask for what you need and offer what you can give. And then contribute to the well-being of the group. And so this is our last gathering of this year together. I'm so happy that Wendy's with us. So Wendy, I'm going to turn you around if that's okay, so that you don't have to just look at me. You can actually see the rest of the group. Maybe I should have Gil do this. I'm going to have Gil do this. So we're going to do our check-in like we always do till about 10:30-ish. We have lovely flexibility this morning because our speaker today is all of us. The wisdom is in the house today. So check-in, to kind of differentiate a little bit, check-in is just like we always do. If you feel invited to offer things that have been happening with you this last few weeks, that's great. It's always an invitation. And then we'll take a break. And then starting at 10:30-ish, we ask all of you to bring, ready to share, a spiritual practice that's been meaningful to you this year, that you've learned about, or even just something maybe you haven't tried yet, but you learned something. So it's one thing that we'll share, and that'll be a part of what we'll do starting at about 10:30. So the check-ins, just like we always do, and then we'll do the sharing at 10:30 till lunchtime. Okay? Then we're going to take a break and have lunch. And then at 1:30, we'll gather for a short period of time, about 3 about 30 minutes. I'm going to meet with the year one group. And year two group, we have a volunteer for the alumni. New group is going to start, and that's Patricia. Patricia has volunteered to be our alumni facilitator. That is her official title now. So she'll be meeting with year two and chatting with you a little bit about that and getting some input from all of you. We'll do then, when we finish that up, do an evaluation of this year, and I have some things I would like you to write, and then just some conversations around that. And then Bill has a closing ritual for us to close, to actually honor the circle and the trust circle that's been here, and to open the circle again until we meet again. As far as that is. Okay? All right, so let's kind of nestle down in, and I offer an invitation for anyone who would like to share as we check in.
I'd like to be with you because I have no feeling and I'm I feel that and I feel that yesterday. I'm trying to say I don't believe today I dressed in this outfit. This is called the Avea. This is typical of the Gulf region of the Middle East. And this is one of the outfits that I wore when I was children. I bought a bunch of them because that's what is very typical of, that's what we wear in Saudi Arabia. So I wore this today because this is where we speak about journey and I also wanted to wear the shock value because my housemate and my best friend were like, where are you going dressed like that? Because I'll go to the mosque like this in the evenings, but I don't really usually go out in public. So I also wanted to wear it to see how people would react. And, I think this question out if you would not be the first thing that we said. What would you thought you would do? And Ramadan is starting on Monday. Muslim Holy Month for fasting. That's another reason that this people and lastly, I was out with some people in the class at a grocery store and someone told me about me. Like, what is this bottle of water? And I told her this is actually holy water. Sometimes if you hold it at the grocery store, there's a story about when God told him that you have to run 7 times between each mountains. And the story announcement of the story of I don't know if it's only Abraham, and we call him his second wife. But Abraham, the story goes, Abraham had a dream where God told him to Hagar and Ishmael to Mecca, inside Malaysia. And so he took him there, and then he, again, divinely filled he was going there and go back. It's really so he left them, and Ishmael was a little baby. So we would put the tail down and going back and forth between the two mountains. We didn't have any station, any food, didn't have anything. Then back and forth between the two mountains, and miraculously, the snail took the foot and the spring of water to the ground. And this till this day, that water was restored to Mecca, and this is where it sends them. I'm not really just on the TV and anything. To drink from it, and the tradition is kind of like make a prayer. I don't want to make a wish, but that's in my mind. That's how it is. Because if you pray for something, you use it. It has some minerals in it.
Thank you.
And also just some black and
Thank you for being here, Nicole. I'm really going to somebody else. So kind of, I'm just going to stop in a second. Please remember that Wendy is with us.
okay.
So just kind of speak up a little bit. Wendy, can you hear? Yes? She's still there. Can you hear us? A little bit.
Like, there's limits.
Sure. Okay. So just speak up. I'll do that, okay? Thank you.
So, my granddaughter graduated high school just last week. I was able to go and do the camp. My grandson has so much struggle. He's there. And he's doing so much better. It's hard to tease out what's just being a grad 16-year-old. You know, his struggles, but he's doing so much better. And it was just lovely to be there. But it also was a rite of passage in a way for me, as well as for my granddaughter who was graduating. I realized that I've moved into a different place, and we've always been, we talked about being each other's heart for an angel, and we got together, and it was very much a monologue on her part instead of a dialogue. And she has, this whole world ahead of her, and I'm thinking about the run poem where it says that our children are like arrows we send out, and we can't know where they go. Here is my daughter who's now beginning this process that I've struggled with of letting my children go where I can sit them, where they take it. But now my granddaughter has, and had all of these memories of my own grandmother, huge things, as well as my grandmother. My grandmother is special. And I remember being at this point in their lives in my life, where I left them for a while. But I carried them with me. And I was grateful for that knowledge as I watched her and felt saddened that I couldn't go with her. And she doesn't need me to go with her. She doesn't, it wouldn't even occur to her that I would need to go. And to remind myself that was right. And then to remember the times that my grandmothers
were so hugely influential as I did embark on my life. And I felt this, I felt like I've got to figure out how to be wise. Because that's what they need now. And moments. And hopefully, like my grandmother's did for me, I'll have those moments at the right time. And I trust that I will. But I feel wiser because of my association with all of you. And I just want to thank you for everything that spoken and unspoken. And the support that I felt from you. After reading the book, The Gifts of Imperfection, she says that she suggests that spirit is the connection we have with each other, and that the way that it is realized is through compassion and love. And I certainly felt it here.
Somebody else?
That's why I was writing. And it's extremely powerful. It's coming back to my life probably the last month. And I don't know why. So I wanted to try and share some about with you. Graduation late, so it was a huge life. So that was my first intention was to try and get through the graduation high. But I found out that's not really possible in Arizona. So I was trying to think, how can I share whatever is coming out from God. So I found a place that makes, they're not real flowers, they're fake flowers. They really don't make so much stuff. Actually, they're complete. So I bought some Hawaiian flowers, and I have a bunch of them. I have different colors, different sizes, different types. So there's plenty, but everyone have one. I don't know if everyone can have two, but if you want, then of course you don't have to take anything. So I guess I can put them in the box. To share a little bit of the beauty and wonder of water.
Don't you put it around after? Sure. Yeah. Sure. That'd be lovely. You put some on, just kind of leave some in the boxes. Thank you, Kristen.
Near being wide. That we would then parts unknown. To show that reality, so the aspect of culture. There's a kind of that's pretty radical, the ones that really deeply into spirituality, and it's kind of like you're not the one that's he had met with these guys, really talking, investigated, talking about things coming from the West. They mentioned Spain. And this guy said, these lions, everything you get, you make it better. And then he went and he mentioned Christianity. When Christianity came to life, they made it better. And they thought about our class. What he was, this is how it resonated with me. What he was saying was we kind of re-mythologize a dead faith. Because we live up in the close to the earth, things are alive, the earth is alive, the plants are alive, the rocks are alive. And we those classes are nice. It's made me and my faith better because it's a why of something that's been very, very stale. It's being apologized, and it's given it the energy that I think the Christian tradition and many traditions have lost over the centuries. And what I got from that is he enlightens, they enlighten something. Very academic, very cerebral, and I think that's what the wisdom school does. It's not about knowing more, but Cynthia brought it up. It's about knowing with more of you. You know, it's not just the mouth, but it's imagination, it's dreams, it's magic, it's all those things that give life. Thank you all for that. It's made me better person. Sure.
Somebody else.
With found themselves describing the as a clearly a different space, a different understanding of the ways that people interact in service of being at a place. And it's interesting that there's something so beautiful about in space that lets you all different kinds of things and what's possible in that. It's not necessarily one has the mind game or that one chooses something different than what they know, but we do this idea that we what we understand from my mother is a really struggle right now because I don't know if you have this experience of like sometimes life is like really just flows, but it's smoothly, you know what you meant to do, almost different, but kind of not. For some people, but then there are other times where it's just like stormy. And that's also hard. It's really uncertain. You're not sure where you're going. I got to know this fantastic trip to Ireland last night. It's really amazing and really nourishing. And I came home and I did instruction. And I realized that I had been kind of taken apart. I was really doing it, I felt really good. Then when I came back into my reality, it's going to take longer than a couple of weeks to assimilate all of this that happens in time. And here I am, instead of in a smooth flow, there's a lot of back in the spring, taking my friend for a tour there. Go there. Well, it's on the tour. Well, I want to be here. I want to be here. I want to be doing something here. And so I put it out and something rose and applied for it and it worked out. So there's a whole bunch of transition happening. It's wonderful and scary. And I feel like when we began, when our year was began, this idea that we were all coming to it, that we come to this table and we focus on we really know exactly what we're doing, exactly what we're doing. And there's incredible wisdom, and it's great. But actually, we were some people who were like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what I should be doing. And in that struggle, in that working through, I've been in that same situation. When I started 2 years ago, I kind of didn't know what it was going to entail. And we never had dreamed where I am right now, as far as professionally, spiritually, just everything. And thinking the same kind of things that, oh, we're going to take this on and everything will be good or whatever. And I have experienced similar things, lots of rough waters, a lot of change, a lot of challenge, exposing myself and seeing some things that were, I think, surprising to me on my dark side, and being challenged by that, and taking responsibility for some of that too, and working through things. I don't know if I can say I'm wise or if I ever will be, but I do know that being here and being with you all has given me a safe place to be, and I really appreciate that. And that trust circle is very powerful. And even when we're not here, I think of all of you and you're with me. And that's really powerful. It's really powerful. And I just thank you all for just your presence and your willingness to be open and to be accepting. And I really appreciate that. And I think that's one of the things that I will continue to do and to give to people too, is just a reminder of being accepting to people. I don't know everything, and this has exposed me to a lot of things I never even dreamed of as far as spiritual practices and things, and it's really opened that up to me, and just a lot. And so it's just amazing. It's scary, but it's also, I just feel centered. I don't know how to quite describe it. So all that can be going on, you can feel, oh, what am I going to do, and all of that, but just being able to center myself and just breathe and know that it's going to be okay, and having trust and faith is
that's, I think, where I changed in that way, and I will continue to do that, so I just want to,
Thank you for sharing. Somebody else?
Really. And then it's kind of a management book. Let's say a series of it. I don't know, maybe you have the experience where you start reading one thing, it leads to another thing, and then somehow that's connected to this thing, and then it reconnects to something that you hadn't really thought of before. I've been having that kind of experience. And so I can't remember exactly which book this came from, because they're all bouncing off of each other. But they were talking about complex systems, complicated systems. And complicated systems, you put the car apart, you can look at each piece, you can understand each piece, you put all the pieces back together again, then the car works like it's supposed to. It's complicated, but I can take it down to its smallest pieces. When you talk about complex systems, more like a natural system, where you can take the pieces apart, but as soon as you take the pieces apart, the pieces change. And you think you can understand one part, but as soon as you combine this part with this other part, you don't get a combination of the two parts, you get something entirely different from that part. And I think I really appreciated the classes. I have come to appreciate that. I kind of grew up in an atmosphere of this complicated way. With math, I mean, you just take it apart. You just look at these individual parts and how you fix each part and then put it back together again. And you have this life that's going where I think it should go. Then you begin to see this life is more of a complex system. And that I can think that I'm going to control it and control peace and control the direction. But the minute I start putting the pieces together, I'm like, I'm off on a tangent almost before I've begun. And then somewhere I introduced the idea of escape. It's called a strange attraction. That when you talk about chaotic, what appears to be chaotic motion, and that oftentimes underneath this swirl of chaos, there really is a system. Maybe like a national economy. There really is a system that you can't really predict it, but you have a certain number of variables, and if you combine those variables, you can kind of map this shape, this strange attractor, that my life will fall somewhere on this strange attractor. I don't know where I'll be, when, and I don't know what the next thing is going to be, because I may be here, and I may find myself over here tomorrow. But that attractor is really formed of your values. So you may not know what's going to happen tomorrow. You may be surprised continually. If you hold on to the values, a lot of the values we've talked with, that strange attractor does come to kind of a stabilized shape of who you are. And you think maybe you can learn to have faith that what's coming next, or where I'll be. If I treat the values, I'll be somewhere on I'll be somewhere in this world that I want to be. And so I could start to learn to give up the linear next step and accept that tomorrow something may come up that I totally not anticipated. But maybe that's just what the life is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a thought.
Thank you for sharing that, Joe.
Right? You just described the model of parenting for children.
Maybe if I had children, I would.
That's it. That's chaotic.
Somebody else. We're gonna hold silence for about 15 more seconds. So you continue to be invited. Somebody else. Let's take about a 15-minute break, okay? Kind of shake it out, move it around a little bit. All right. We've lost when we get about every other word. So,
I'm gonna stop this one and then start another one.
sure.